First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
Once a year, you're a real hero. Although you know you're not really a hero, they call you one and they say they think you are.
Infamy. Good evening, it's Wednesday, December 7th. I'm Kelly Grossfield.
And I'm Maggie Lorenz. Thanks for joining us. And 75 years later, thousands have gathered at Pearl Harbor to remember and honor some of our nation's greatest heroes. On December 7th, 1941, a surprise attack was launched on Pearl Harbor. More than 2,400 Americans were killed, and today hundreds of survivors joined thousands at the site of the attack to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Tonight, WUFT will air a special documentary that tells the stories of 4 veterans who survived the attack that altered the course of American history. Here's a quick sneak peek.
Special occasions like the attack on Pearl Harbor are significant enough that we need to remember them. And we need to remember why they were important to us and what happened and why it happened. And we need to make sure that history stays true.
The short documentary will air tonight at 8 p.m.
The threat of bioterror may seem distant and remote, but the job of finding solutions is coming close to home.
The city of Alachua is known for biotech already and will soon be home to a biodefense venture.
The idea is a place that's flexible and can adjust to very specific challenges. This is a partnership between a private firm and a Department of Defense that's been years in the making. The result will be a very special local facility, 103,000 square feet of high tech for a high purpose. Whether it's a man-made threat or a natural occurring outbreak like Zika, the U.S. Department of Defense must be ready to combat any type of biological threat. Today, the DoD held a ribbon-cutting ceremony in Alachua for a facility to develop and manufacture medical countermeasures. An example might be the quick production of a vaccine.
They won't be able to make effectively anywhere else, but we can offer that as one of our opportunities. And
the local facility might be able to offer less expensive solutions than traditional options. This manufacturing facility you see behind me will be able to combat biological threats. This will not only benefit U.S. service members, but also the nation as a whole. Vaccines and antioxidants could be needed after terror attacks, so officials consider the facility an important overall asset for biodefense.
Would speed up and control better the processes of manufacturing pharmaceutical drugs and vaccines for our soldiers, sailor, airmen, and Marines.
The facility is still in the early stages of being developed. They do not expect commercial products for a while. They wanted to hold the ribbon cutting on Pearl Harbor Day to remember lessons of that surprise attack, that America must try to stay ahead of those who would invent new ways to cause harm. Mari Salazar, WUFT News.
Thank you, Mari. Now, I am loving the weather today. It was gorgeous out and very sunny and not too hot.
Yes, it was a perfect day, but how long will these temperatures stay with us? We've got some cooler weather on the way. UF forecaster Amanda Hawley joins us now in the Weather Center.
Well, tonight's still going to be pretty comfortable, well, compared to the cooler weather we've got coming. It's going to be a little bit chilly, though. Temperatures right now are in the low 70s, upper 60s in most areas, 70 degrees here in Gainesville, 72 down in Ocala. But tonight, those temperatures will be falling quickly into the mid-50s by 10 p.m. under those clear skies, and then into the upper 40s by the time you step out the door. So you'll want to grab the light jacket. What I'm more concerned about tonight, though, is the possibility for some dense fog. We saw it this morning, and we're going to see it once again on our Thursday morning, and it's going to develop right after 1 o'clock and become most dense in between, pretty much between 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock. After that, we will start to see it quickly dissipate as the sun starts to rise. But coming up, I've got more details on the Arctic blast we're going to see coming up in just a couple of days. Back to you.
Thank you, Amanda. In Gainesville, if you try to commute to school or work on a bike, you may find some hot spots where bike lanes disappear and you're on your own.
On busy roads, cyclists may decide the sidewalk looks safer, but that brings its own surprises with cars pulling out of driveways. Brittany Smith joins us with the story of one hot spot where activists are asking the city and county to reconsider what's going on.
It's an unusual stretch of Newberry Road before you even consider the bikes and pedestrians, a stretch with parallel parking despite the 45-mile-per-hour speed limit. Complaints about the lack of a bike lane on Newberry Road near 43rd Street are now reaching the city and county and their joint transportation planning agency. Gainesville strives to become a more bike-friendly city, people are questioning the mile of Newberry Road where bike lanes are lost to parallel parking spaces. The area has a bank and medical and insurance buildings, and daytime parking in the unmetered spaces attracts both employees and customers. That leaves bicyclists with only one option: to share the sidewalk with pedestrians.
So I've almost been killed a few times. If you're in, and it's 99% of the time it's the traffic's fault, but you know, I'm the one that's going to get squished.
One business owner in the area says he's seen too many close calls.
If they would make a bicycle lane out of it, that would be terrific, because there's been incidents where a lot of motorists are coming out and they're looking that way to make a right, and the bicyclists are coming this way, and they almost got hit.
As you can see, parallel parking begins here and runs down West Newberry Road all the way to the light at 43rd Street. Now, anybody can use these parallel parking spaces. However, from what we've seen today, a lot of people are parking and walking across 4 lanes of traffic to get to the medical plaza, which can be very dangerous when the speed limit is 45 miles per hour. Residents have been raising the issue with local officials.
All this kind of stuff, but the infrastructure's got to be there. So people aren't going to, you know, with the thing that build it and they'll come. I think we need to build it.
Although Newberry Road is a state road, the focus is to get the city and county, which do joint transportation planning, to take the lead on proposing a change. County Commissioner Robert Hutchinson recently noted on social media that he appreciates people raising these sorts of issues to try to improve traffic flow and traffic safety for everyone.
Thank you, Brittany. Holiday traditions in Gainesville and Ocala are in full swing. Light Up Ocala set the mood before Thanksgiving, and Ocala's downtown square is supposed to add an ice skating area starting tomorrow. The pond lighting event at North Florida Regional was last Friday, so you can now visit any night. And today brought the annual holiday parade at Takachale. WUFT's Kayla James was there.
For Takachale, Christmas time is time for community, with open doors for the annual holiday parade and tree lighting.
It's very important to the people here that we serve. They look forward to this each and every year.
Takachale hosted its 34th annual holiday parade this morning. GPD and ASO took part, along with local businesses, schools, and community groups. Takachale residents stood outside of their home, taking in the holiday spirit as it drove right in front of them. Employees got in on the fun too, dressing up as characters and waving to the community members.
Now, residents of Takachale don't just get to watch the parade, they get to be in it as well. They rode on floats just like this one today, throwing out candy and spreading holiday cheer.
Takachale is a developmental disability center aimed at helping people realize their potential. The community partners with the Agency for Persons with Disabilities, and some agency workers drove down from Tallahassee to be part of this special event.
It's really fulfilling to see the joy on the residents' faces, get to meet with staff, and can appreciate the actual hard work that goes into running a facility of this type.
And it's that joy on those faces that keeps the employees going.
Every time I see something that happens for the people that we serve that is positive, it gets in me, and it gives me that strength to go on that next day.
Kayla James, WUFT News.
The Takachale festivities will continue tomorrow evening with the annual tree lighting ceremony. There will be a performance by the group 1,000 Voices of North Central Florida, and Takachale plans to turn on the tree lights at 6:45.
The trial began today for a man who shot and killed 9 churchgoers last year. 22-year-old Dylan Roof opened fire in Charleston, South Carolina's Mother Emanuel AME Church in June of 2015. Roof was going to represent himself, but changed his mind. The judge in the trial granted Roof's request to have lawyers represent him. He faces 9 counts of murder and other charges in the state court system. If convicted, he could face the death penalty. And just 2 days after conceding last month's election in North Carolina, Governor Pat McCrory is in New York visiting President-elect Donald Trump. McCrory arrived at Trump Tower this morning, and it's unclear why Trump invited him, but some believe it could be an interview to be a part of Trump's administration. This week so far, Trump has chosen Ben Carson for Secretary of Housing and Urban Development and retired General James Mattis for Secretary of Defense. This morning, Trump tapped retired General John Kelly for Secretary of Homeland Security, and this afternoon, Oklahoma Attorney General Scott Pruitt was chosen to lead the Environmental Protection Agency. Trump also chose former CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment, Linda McMahon, for Small Business Administration Chief. It's the season of giving, and one local organization is doing just that. While many kids get gifts on Christmas Day, not everyone is as fortunate. When we come back, see how one organization is making sure this doesn't happen in Alachua County.
And today was slightly cooler than we have been in the past couple of days, but coming up, I've got all the details on an Arctic blast we've got on the way by the end of the week.